This is the future.
I think it was last week when I posted a video about why I still play Warframe. As usual, the opinion of the community is divided regarding this topic. Some did not agree with my points, while others agree. But there is a specific thing that I've said in that video wherein almost everyone agrees with. So what happened? Why some people hated Warframe right now? Where did it all begin? And, is Warframe dying? Again, Warframe isn't dying. There are still players playing the game and there is content that is in development. So, there's no point in saying that the game is dead. The reality is, the game is not dead, but some players have left and got tired of playing the game. Honestly, this is just the cycle of gaming. Sometimes, you grow up and decided that you don't want to play anymore. Or to be more specific for gamers, you got tired of playing the same game and want to play a new one. This could be said for those Warframe players who left. But, that is only a portion of the reason why players are disliking the game. Another reason is bad publicity, and we content creators are to blame for this. Sometimes, we get too emotional and overreact to something. If they nerf our favorite frame, or our favorite setup, then we go mumbling in our channel about that. It's not about creating content for our channel, but voicing out our opinion, and sometimes, this becomes an unhealthy habit that I for one am a culprit. I can't deny that I also make rant videos on this channel, especially if I think that something is not right, but there are times where I go overboard and neglect the fact that the fix or the nerf is for the better, and I just can't move on with it. You all know that this channel is not all about Warframe guides, but I sometimes voice out my opinions on the things that I dislike about the game, or the decisions that Digital Extremes are making on their game. While I'm a big fan of breaking the game, I mean breaking the meta, it always creates a new meta, and sometimes, it's kind of funny that they will nerf something but end up creating another overpowered thing in the game. I hate that kind of stuff in the past, but over the years, I end up just laughing when the developer makes these kinds of decisions. And yes, we are sometimes to blame for exposing something. But, let me ask you this, are we really the ones to blame for it? We may have a way to share combos through videos, but you might be forgetting that there are also people in the forums that are reporting about bugs every day. And, sooner or later, Digital Extremes will find that bug and fix it. However, it's crazy sometimes that we get the blame for sharing powerful combos, or guides to make farming easy. Hell, the game is a walk in the park, and it's a farming simulator wherein if there's a new update, there will be new stuff to farm, new things to do, and a new grind to endure. It's not like we are the only ones playing the game, and I'm pretty sure that some of you guys have amazing combos and guides that you are doing in the game, and you don't want to share it. Or you don't even bother about YouTube or anything and just want to play at your own style. Mind you, we are just content creators and not a part of the development team. We are also players, so we got nothing to do about what will be added, or what is already added in the game. However, the biggest problem sometimes is that we content creators become too emotional at things and we let our emotions get the better of us. We then realize that we are not contented with this game, and sometimes, we are calling the shots that Warframe is dying, which is honestly not true at all. But you can't blame us for doing this sometimes, since most of the issues in the game are left unresolved. I'm not just talking about features that can improve the game or were not implemented, or bugs that are still there, or even content that should arrive and get delayed. I'm also talking about sometimes the absurdity of the team in Digital Extremes who are making the calls on who will get a ban. There was a time wherein I got lots of emails asking for help on their account. They are saying that they got banned for no reason, and sometimes, using the chat in a playful manner. I'm always telling this that I'm not the one that you should talk about regarding this matter, since I don't have the power or the authority to do that certain thing. I'm not a part of the company, and I'm just a player who is making Warframe videos on YouTube. The creator program doesn't mean that we have the authority to make changes in the game. We are just mere pawns also, and just think of us as free advertisements for Warframe, that's it. So, you shouldn't expect too much from us content creators. We may give out some feedbacks to Warframe, and we may have their emails, but to be honest with you guys, our suggestions sometimes are left in the bin. We may have the power to influence, but the bottom line is, we can't make decisions for Warframe. Only time will tell if they will listen to our suggestions or not. Just like all those crazy good ideas that some of you guys suggested to the developers. This is why you can't blame content creators for lashing out, especially those veterans and founders, as they have seen everything and they have great ideas that would make the game better. but left hanging by the developer. Also, too much hype ruined the game, since Digital Extremes are always hyping their players through their dev stream that stuff like this is coming, but it's not even ready yet. Players expect that the update will have this feature, only to be greeted by half-baked content, and the following updates in a few months will be parts of that major update. This has been a trend in the past, and I'm glad that the developer addressed it right now and only shows things that are ready for deployment. I know that they want players to come back and play their game, but they should also take into consideration that players may come back, but they won't stay if they did not see the things that they have teased. The hype absolutely killed the joy of some players in playing the game, since they were disappointed in what they have gotten. It's not what they were promised, and you can say that Digital Extremes did this to themselves. They are also the ones to blame for why some players hate Warframe. But the biggest factor, which I think most of you will agree with, is that Warframe may have lost its identity when Digital Extremes decided to diversify their updates. I don't know if you are like me, but one reason that gets me to playing Warframe is that it has space and the ninja word on it. The reality is, Warframe is evolving and some players don't like it since it's losing its identity. You may get attracted also by the terms space ninja, only to be confused at the game when you play it for the first time. I can see Ashe, Loki or any invisibility Warframes having the characteristic of a ninja, but Nidus, Vauban, Rhino, Grendel, and so much more are not close enough for me as a ninja. Well, at least they can do ninja moves. Squad leader. I get that, all Warframes can parkour, but it feels like that promo of the game wherein they say that ninjas play for free doesn't apply in Warframe right now. We got tons of going on in the game that we sometimes forget that this should be a space ninja themed game. You see, Warframe right now is just like an arcade wherein there are lots of booths that we can choose from. It's like a game full of mini games and there are tons of things to do, but the main goal is to get everything from murdering a bunch of space factions. The space ninja theme of the game slowly dissolves because of this, and as you have noticed, most of the Warframes being added in the game right now are not even ninja themed. The only thing that makes this game a ninja themed game is that you can still do parkour moves with your Warframe. Honestly, I think that the developer shouldn't publicize Warframe right now as a ninja themed game, as it's slowly becoming something else. We are not just kids who put on a murderous suit, but we also like to dress up, hunt giant trees, play Spaceship Simulator, and even became a space shanty right now with the most recent update. The old Warframe is gone, and it feels like a total brand new game right now. I know some of you long-time players may not agree with the evolution of the game, but hear me out for just a minute. This may just be my personal preference, but after years of admiring Destiny 2, I finally uninstalled the game last month. Why? It's because seasons after seasons, updates, and updates, the game is constantly doing the same thing over and over again. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't want to be part of something that is not evolving. Destiny 2 feels like the same grind over and over again, and the developer is just feeding their player base with the same content, guns, and other things with just extra steps. While I do agree that Destiny 2 stays on its route, but it's really annoying sometimes that they kept implementing the same thing that most players don't want. But I must agree, Destiny 2 is not that different from Warframe, but the only thing that's good about the game is, the developer is always experimenting on something new to bring to the table. They don't just focus on creating a new season but the same concept again, and they are always open for new ideas to implement in Warframe, although I must admit that this backfires sometimes, like the Railjack update, but that update was supposed to be big only if it was implemented well. If only Digital Extremes did not make the grind a nightmare, and have implemented all the things that were shown during the reveal of their new big update, then Railjack would not be a big mess at launch. The same goes with the Kuvilich system. It was kind of interesting to fight with your own personal nemesis, and the idea was exhilarating, but then again, it wasn't implemented well. This is one of the main traits that is lacking with Digital Extremes right now, proper execution of the updates they are releasing. If somehow, they will focus on quality updates, instead of quantity updates, then they could see a surge of players in their next update. Despite all the things that have happened, and despite all the things that have been said and all those negative feedbacks I've heard from players over the years, I choose to stay and play Warframe because it's a game that has lots of potentials. Some may not like the evolution, but I'm honestly excited about what can the developer brought to us next. Although I must agree that they lack the imaginative capability right now on creating game modes other than killing an X amount of enemies or defend an objective. Still, they have some good ideas and I'm still enjoying the game right now. The community is also not toxic, and this is a pretty chill game wherein you can just come back whenever you want. Well, it's free and you can just check back anytime you want. So, this is just me giving my 2 cents about this topic. I would like to hear your opinions in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
Evolution. This is the future.